right, on Friday, you talked about fact families and how there can be fact families for not only addition and subtraction, but also multiplication and division. So that's what we're going to take a quick look through today. It says, oh, this is the paper that you just put in your mailbox that you can go over that at home. But this says, how are multiplication and division related? So to solve the problems below, the first thing they're saying is draw an array of 4 rows of pennies to the right. So over here, let's draw an array of 4 rows of 3 pennies. So what's that telling us? How many rows? 4. How many in each row? 3. Let's do that right now. Show me your array of 4 rows with 3 pennies in each row. Now, write a multiplication equation that goes with that array. How many rows?
4.
How many in each row?
3.
Is that a multiplication equation? 4 times 3. Okay, now, break your array that you drew into 4 equal groups. How would we do that? How would we break it into 4 equal groups? Going this way? What do you think, Lucas? Going across? All right. So would this be 1 equal group? Would this be my second equal group? And then my third equal group? And then a 4th equal group. Okay, let's talk about the division equation for this. How many did we start out with in all? Do you need to know your multiplication to help you with your division? So what is 4 times 3?
12.
12. So how many did we start out with in all? 12. We're going to write our division equation for this. So we always start with a big number first in division. 12. And then what? No? Divided by, remember, when we're writing it like this, we do that sign. Divided by what? How many equal groups are there? 4. So 12 divided by 4 equals what?
3.
How do you know it's 3?
Because 4 times 3.
Oh, okay. So 12 divided by those 4 groups gives us 3 in each group. So what 3 numbers do both equations use? What 3 numbers do they both use, multiplication and division? Amy?
12, 4, and 3.
12, 4, 3. Should we put commas in between those?
Yeah.
Why?
Because if you did.
What if I just wrote it like this? 12, 4, and 3.
Well, It was nothing.
That looks like a completely different number, doesn't it? So we need to make sure that we put those commas in there.
1,243.
Okay, what does the 12 tell us in this problem? How many there are
In all.
in all. The 4 tells us what?
How many equal groups?
How many equal groups there are. And 3 tells us
How many in each equal group?
how many there are in each group. Okay. Let's move down to 2. So the result of division is called the quotient. I had to delete mine, but let me do a quick rewrite. So it says circle the quotient in your division equation in problem 1C. So we had this, let me get a writing color ready. We had this, 12 divided by 4 equals 3. Okay, they just said the quotient is the result of the division. That means the answer. So circle the quotient in this problem. The quotient means the answer. So we just circled the quotient. Now, looking up at 1B, oh, I need to make this smaller. Okay, so looking up at 1B, it says circle the same number in your multiplication equation, because we had, I don't want to write with a highlighter, do I? We had 4 times 3 equals 12. This was 12 divided by 4 equals 3, and we circled our quotient. Now circle the same number in your multiplication equation. What number are you circling?
3.
3. In our multiplication equation, did you circle a factor or the product in this one here?
Factor.
Which one?
Factor.
What? No, I can't hear you.
Factor.
You circled a factor. All right. We have all these different words. What is the 3 in this division problem called? What is it called? Natalia? The quotient. And the quotient in a division equation is the answer. All right. Turn your page. So Nick buys 20 stickers. Here's his stickers. He puts the same number of stickers on each of 5 pages in his scrapbook. Draw the stickers Nick puts on the pages, and then write a division equation right here and a multiplication equation right here for this problem. Okay? So do we have to have the same number of stickers on each page?
Yep.
Show me how many stickers need to go on each page to get to his 20 that he bought. Yes? You can just draw circles. And they don't have to be perfectly round, just get it finished up quickly. Do you have the stickers drawn on his pages?
Yes.
Okay, then work on your division equation as well as your multiplication equation. All right, let's take a look together. So how many stickers did you end up putting on each page? Everybody.
4.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. My stickers look better than theirs do. Agree? I'm a great sticker drawer. Okay, so how many did we start out with all together? 20. How many equal groups did we have?
5.
5 equal groups. How many did we put into each equal group? 4. Let's use that information to create our division equation. Started out with how many? 20. How many groups did we have?
5.
And how many in each group?
4.
How'd you do on your division equation?
100%.
Okay. How many equal groups do we have? 5. We're talking multiplication now. Sorry, I forgot to tell you to switch gears. How many are in each one of those groups?
4.
For a total of
20.
20. All right. Let's say that you have to explain how you could use a multiplication equation to find 20 divided by 5. How could you use a multiplication equation to help you figure out what the quotient is for 20 divided by 5? What could you do? Amy?
You can see what 5 times whatever this is equals 20.
Okay, so this is kind of what Amy is saying. We don't know. So 5 times whatever that is equals 20. The great thing is, if you're comfortable with your multiplication facts and you're practicing those and you know them, you know that 5 times 4 equals 20. Okay, so look down at 5. How is division doing the reverse of multiplication? Do you know what reverse means?
Yeah.
Like just the opposite of it. So how is division doing the reverse of multiplication?
in
division, what do we start with?
the bigger number.
Okay, let's write that down. I didn't mark to use a. So in division, start with what?
Start with the biggest number.
And then what do? So we take that whole number, and what do?
Break it apart.
Into
Equal groups.
yes.
Is it supposed to be in division we start or?
I was just trying to take out some of the words to make it go a little quicker. In division, start with the biggest number, then break it apart into equal groups. Everybody close to having that? Alright, done. Are you done, Jenny? You're done. Raylan, did you get it all? Okay. You got it now, Haley? Okay. Alright, this part looks familiar to us, right? So we just said, I need to make that a little smaller. The quotient is what?
The answer to the division.
Okay, so the quotient is the answer in, we'll say, a division problem. Let's skip that box. Let's just do some examples. Could I turn that into a division problem?
Mm-hmm.
What would this division problem be? I have to start with my big number first, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's my big number in this that I'm showing you?
6.
How many?
6.
6. And what am I doing? I'm dividing it by how many equal groups do I have? 2. And then how many are in each of those groups? 3. 6 divided by 2 equals 3. Can you circle the quotient? In this one, friends, on the count of 3, what is the quotient? 1, 2, 3?
3.
That was tricky of me, wasn't it? No? Oh, okay. Another example for this. Who can give us an example? Jenny. Natalia. Okay, 5 equal groups. But it needs to be division. So we're taking those equal groups out of this number. What is this big number? You've got to start with a bigger number, and you're taking those 5 equal groups out of it. What's the big number, Natalia? 30 in all?
Yeah.
Okay. Could you figure out the quotient? Who thinks they know what the quotient is? Put your hands on your hips if you think you know what the quotient is. You have 30 in all. You're dividing it by 5 because you have 5 equal groups. So what is that quotient, everybody? 6. That tells us 6 in each group, right?
Yep.
So 6 is our quotient. Let's just do this. If you know your multiples of 3, 3, 6, 9, okay, if you know those, you'll be able to figure out what the quotient is. If you know your facts, 3 times 1, if you know those, you'll be able to figure out what the quotient is also. 2 thumbs up if you know what the quotient is. (21) divided by 3 equals?
7.
It is 7. So what is our quotient?
7.
7 is the quotient. Got it?
Yep.
Good. Let's turn the page. We're going to look at those flowers. I think that was...
Are we not? No, are we
Oh,
not
did I
gonna
skip?
do
Oh, I had it big that I didn't see that down there. So write a multiplication equation and a division equation that goes with that array. So multiplication equation. How many groups are there?
3.
3. How many are in each of those groups?
6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is our product then? 3 times 6 equals 18. Now, let's use that same information to make a division equation. How many altogether, everybody?
18.
How many groups are there?
3.
And there are how many in each group?
6.
So our quotient, our answer is 6 there. Do the numbers represent the same thing in each problem? Are there 3 equal groups? Are there 6 in each group? Are there 18 altogether? Kind of cool, isn't it?
Yeah, you're just flipping the signs around.
Exactly. Now let's take a look at the flowers. Oh, more scrapbook stuff. I'm going to make it smaller so that we can keep it all there. Yuki has 21 flowers. How many flowers are down here? 21. She puts the same number of flowers on each of the 7 pages in her scrapbook to dry them. Draw the flowers Yuki puts on the pages. Now, do they have to actually look like flowers? No. You could just draw quick little circles, okay? So draw the flowers, and then, like we did on the page before, write your division equation and write the multiplication equation that goes with the information that you create in your picture. Ready, go. It's lunchtime. How's everybody doing? All right. I'm seeing the number in each group. Looks like everybody put, how many flowers did you put on each page?
3.
Okay, so you put 3 flowers on each page. I'm gonna just do my quick little dots here.
I did wrong.
All right, so your division equation, how many did you start out with all together?
21.
21. How many groups are there?
7.
And how many did you put in each group?
3.
Use that same information to make our multiplication equation, right? How many groups did you have?
7.
And you put how many in each group?
3.
And there are a total of how many flowers?
21.
21. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. I can't scroll mine down any further, but it says, explain how you could use a multiplication equation to find 21 divided by 7. Remember on the page before where I did the box with like a question mark in there? Could you create a multiplication equation using a box like that? What would you write first?
20.
No, multiplication equation. So 7 times,
3.
no,
Times question.
times that empty box, right? Are you writing it down?
Yep.
Equals how many?
21.
21. 7 times empty box equals 21. We're just thinking about the opposite of what that would be. In your, what's it called, iReady, have you ever seen anything written like this? Has it ever had a letter?
No. Yes.
Some of you have had that before.
Yes.
They call this a variable, and it's just the same thing as an empty box. You just have to figure out, what does C equal here then?
3.
So C equals 3, because 7 times 3 equals 21.
So up there you did S for
Yes, on the example on the board, I did S, I did C, I did F. Variables are just when they put a letter in a spot that you have to solve for.
I thought it was like you gotta know this. No, well I never had it, but I thought
Gotcha. Okay, just like the page before, how is multiplication doing the reverse of division? In multiplication, what do we start out with?
The smaller number.
Right, we start out with the equal groups, and then what?
Then how many
And then multiply how many are in each group. And then what do we have? And then we have the product. And the product in multiplication is how many there are in all. We'll keep talking about that, but not right now because it's lunchtime. So go ahead and put your math workbook away. I am going to have you do homework tonight on fact families.